What up, it's Damon.
It's Joe, and it's Damon and Jo.
And okay, you've probably seen this on the interwebs. Damon and Jo, we recently took a cross-country road trip from LA to New York.
Like, that is a long distance. That is like 3,000 miles, and we drove the entire way. We took turns driving these incredible and crazy and different vehicles.
You've never even owned a car. Let's get that out.
I had never driven on the highway before this. Okay, and
you would avoid it in LA all these times.
Yes.
Which is like LA is one big highway. How do you avoid
next thing
that?
you know, I'm like, vroom, vroom, like, watch out, I'm getting to New York.
Here's the thing, I've always wanted to take a cross-country road trip.
So we filmed a show called The Great Travel Hack, and it was sponsored by Shell, and the goal of the series was to, one, get across the country from Los Angeles to New York, but to do it in the cleanest way possible, so with the least amount of CO2 emissions.
That means we were taking hybrid vehicles, we were taking FEV.
Electric.
You know what FEV is?
Plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. Did we know that before the series?
Didn't even know that. We took hydrogen vehicles, well, Team Omega did.
Which, like,
Team
who knew
Omega.
hydrogen could even fuel a car? Didn't learn that until the show.
And who's Team Omega?
We're gonna tell you who Team Omega is. Who's Team Alpha? Us. Anyways, we decided we were going to relive some of the memories. We were literally contestants in like a game show, basically.
When we showed up for the first day, I didn't know that it was like actually a competition. I just thought like 2 teams are just gonna go across the states.
We were ready to have a good old time. Next scene is like us really counting. We had no AC on, we had nothing. We're like, we will win this. And you're gonna have to find out to see if we did.
Alright, so we're gonna watch our show, The Great Travel Hack, right now, and we're gonna tell you little tidbits that may have been left out in the series.
We just got a text from Kaylee.
Oh!
Alright, I hope you're having a good time, guys, but here's the thing. The states you're driving through have some epic sights. I want you to see them from a new perspective. So find a new mode of transport and complete a big chunk of the journey to Vegas. Off the road.
What?
I feel like it has to be something motorized.
Yeah.
We need help. I'm calling Mission Control.
We see Kaylee is
Okay, can I just say that we did not know, like, it was genuinely an exciting moment when we would get a text from Kaylee, like, there would be a video on our phone.
With a prompt.
With a prompt, like, go here, do this.
Well, no, it wouldn't even give you that many details. It would just be like, this is your challenge, figure it out. And you're like...
And that was exciting, but then it was also super exciting to get the text, like a call from Mission Control. There was somebody on the phone.
Like, people would literally call us like, hello, this is Mission Control. What do you need help with? And we're like, hello? Like, can you help, please?
alternative transport. You guys have any thoughts? Remember,
think lower carbon emissions.
So, maybe something in the air, maybe something on a bike, off-roading.
We've thought about ATVs, ziplining, dirt bikes.
We're gonna zipline in the
thank you
desert.
guys. We'll do some research to find the lowest CO2 emissions options. Once we've secured the vehicle, we'll send you a drop pin to the rendezvous point.
I know there's a lot to do here. I just want to say, while we were on set, you guys, for 3 weeks, every single time we stopped the car, a producer would come over and take a picture of how far the mileage, like this was actually being tracked.
Yeah, it was literally like if we had the air conditioning on, if we had the radio on, if we had the windows open, that would work against us and it would show in the numbers and they would take pictures of how much fuel we were using. So we don't have any more information. Just go to the pen, find the vehicle, bring padded underwear. Like, bring padded underwear? What? Okay, pausing it again. We didn't have any communication with Team Omega. They would split us up. So we had no idea what they were doing.
Had no idea where they were, what they were doing, how many CO2 emissions they were using.
What their choice was. And so it's like, what
their
are they
jokes
doing?
were.
Like, are their jokes as good as ours?
Y'all being funny over there?
So anyways, just like a little disclaimer.
Graphics.
So good. This is the only thing here we gotta pull in. I think this is our ride. The music.
No.
That's so cute.
No.
Dave, you trust me with your life?
Do you have any like final words before you get in the thing?
Good luck to me. Here's another thing about this. We had a lot of distance to cover. Normally Damon is the driver. People didn't think I had my license before I started posting pictures of me driving.
You've had your license this entire time?
I've had my license since I was 17.
And she hasn't, all these other videos on her channel, she's never been driving. You never told me that.
Like, remember that time that I drove the electric dune buggy across sand dunes? Like, those are the stories we now have. Well, I think I'm stuck.
No.
This does not sound good.
I'm not joking, we were there for like 2 hours.
Like 3, the sun went down. We were stuck. Like, I got us stuck.
You know what we forgot to mention?
What?
That was a stick shift. You've never driven, you had to learn how to drive a stick shift.
I was like, and hit the clutch and hit the thing and hit the clutch.
Let's move on to episode 2.
Ridiculous view.
We're typically not competitive people, but now I'm ready to win.
I'm ready for anything now that I have this amazing vehicle.
Remember how, again, when we started this competition, we were like, this is gonna be fun. And then when we were in the competition,
suddenly,
we were like, I'm winning this.
Literally competitive DNA like went through my veins. Y'all see this?
It's not about looking good, Joe.
It's not. It's about feeling good and doing good and beating Team Omega.
Exactly.
Can you go?
So I was driving a 2019 Jaguar that was fully electric. I didn't even know Jaguars were electric, and because they're not yet, like this was a car that wasn't on the market yet. I am telling you, that thing drove like a little cloud.
Wait, whoa, okay, hold on.
So in every episode we'd get a black bag, right?
Challenge.
A black bag challenge, which would be in the trunk of our vehicle, or it'd be like on us, but we didn't know what was inside of the black bag.
So we're driving around the United States with a black bag, and there's an object in the black bag, but we don't know what the object is.
And we can't open it until we're prompted to open it, right? So then we got prompted to open it, and we got things that we still didn't understand. So anyways, this is one of those moments. What is this?
Joe,
What is this?
we're going horseback riding.
Like, put that on completely wrong. With this? Beautiful. Okay, well, this was unexpected.
Here we are. Actually,
Didn't know what was gonna be in that black bag, and I didn't know it would look this good.
I think this is as low CO2 emissions as you can get.
And it's technically the original 4-wheel drive. Okay, so we got prompted to ride these horses. Now, it is actually cold and nighttime is falling and we gotta get to the lodge because the checkpoint is at the lodge. Somehow, our horses get into a little altercation.
Oh, yes. I remember, I like look over and Joe's like,
I was fine. I was totally fine.
Was it my horse that got in a fight with your horse?
Yes, your horse, like typical Damon fashion, like snap back.
Yeah, clap back, snap back. All right, episode 3, we were prompted to go to Kansas from Colorado, and this is the car reveal. Every episode, we got a new vehicle.
Good idea. We're going with car number 5.
I mean, if you say that.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll get 3. You guys ready? Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Wait,
Look at that car.
like 33 miles all electric. Again, I didn't know what that meant until I went on this whole show. We didn't know anything about this.
We didn't know that regenerative braking is a thing, which means cars have brakes that when you step on them, it gives you more mileage. Like it fuels up your car if it's electric.
And that makes all the sense.
Because it's a battery. So if you're stepping on the brake, you're like regenerating your own battery.
Remember some of these cars would tell you like, you're kind of driving aggressively. Maybe take a break.
No, it was like, consider a coffee break.
Consider a car. I was like, that's a nice way to put it. But it was so cool to see how these cars actually did things.
Also, as travelers, like being aware that there are options that you could take that are cleaner, or like carbon offsets, like planting a tree every time you take a plane or something like that, like donating or going out and planting things. Anyways, let's keep it going.
Oh, we have another text message. We are popular today. We have a video message from Team Alpha.
Okay, I don't know who came up with the team names because we didn't call ourselves Team Alpha. But because we're such linguists, y'all, Joe studied some Greek and you said Alpha's the first letter
Of
in
the Greek alphabet and Omega's the last.
Okay, listen to this rap.
Team Omega, this message is for you. Hit it.
Team Alpha in the house. Ain't nobody do it better. If we talk in Greek, it would be the first letter.
Omega is the last. That's exactly what they're getting. Episode 3, we the winners. They forgetting. They're forgetting. We're gonna win. It's fine. No hard feelings.
What?
My God.
That's the kind of game they're bringing to this?
Yes.
On to episode 4, this is where it got a little colder, right? We hit the Midwest. And at this point, we knew what the drill was. We were there to win, and that was it. Winning car, I have a feeling we're ready to go.
This is gonna take a while. We're crossing 4 states.
658 miles.
No.
That's a lot of distance. Humongous, jungus, bungus, lungus country.
Okay, so Joe and I were prompted to pick up a band, like some music to bring to the party. We each split up. I picked up a band, Joe picked up a band, and this is what happens.
Also, we were driving 2 of the smoothest vehicles. They were electric cabs, my favorite car.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I think the taxi cab.
Like the visibility in that thing, I just really loved it.
Mission Control sent me this pin to go pick up my local pizzazz bluegrass band. Here I come. I wonder if Joe's picked up her band yet. Here we go.
Okay, so let me tell you a backstory about this. In Columbus, Ohio, who knew that there was a German population that was so strong that I picked up a band called Turbocharged Accordions? Yes, Turbocharged Accordions, and this was their band.
Meanwhile, I had to come up with a little song on my way there, and I picked up this band.
I'm Damon, by the way.
Hey, Joey.
Hey. Hello. Please feel free to get in.
Episode
My
5.
band was so nice. The Turbocharged Accordions had to go home. Anyways, watch the rest of the episode, it's great. Last episode, at this point, we knew how to play the game.
We were going from Columbus, Ohio to New York City.
What are we working with?
Gasoline FEV, plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, 310 miles.
What I'm also looking for the size, because remember one time I asked Mission Control,
Does size matter, Mission Control? And they said,
yeah.
yeah.
It does. Keep it moving, guys.
This is art.
Like, we were making a joke.
I was trying to have a good time.
We were having a good time.
It was so much fun.
It was
and
great.
like the things that I learned on this series.
The things we saw.
My favorite thing that I learned in this entire series was that I had no idea with hybrid vehicles that you could charge them
In your house.
anywhere there was a plug. And that's why I think it's so important to watch a series like this, because you may have this one idea already in your mind, but then if you see it, you're like, oh, I didn't know that.
Another thing that it made me think about was like, right now we're still so heavy on gasoline and that's fine, but it's like you start thinking about the future, like what will vehicles look like in 20 years? What will fuel types be? Like we didn't even know that we could be riding around in hydrogen cars. Is that gonna be the norm? So episode 5 was the last leg of the trip, which meant we were finally making it to New York, and I had the luxury of driving. I was fine going through Pennsylvania, I was chilling. Suddenly we pull up into New York and I swear stress levels rose. Like I was just like, I need to get off of the land. So we got on a boat.
I wasn't expecting to do all this physical labor.
There's no fuel, so the fuel is that sweat. Remember a few minutes ago when we were stuck in traffic and we were stressed, and now we're here? This is way better.
We were legitimately sailing the boat.
I just remember this.
Like extreme arm workouts.
And you were doing this.
And I was like, run now, David, do it. We were on the poop deck. And then we pulled up to the finish line, and to be honest, you gotta watch to see what happens.
We're gonna stop there. That was our react to the series that we filmed called The Great Travel Hack. Again, we learned so much. I hope you can watch it and learn something too.
I'm happy that we did that.
Me too.
I would do it again.
The cross country, maybe we go from New York to LA this time?
Or maybe we like do north to south. Okay, the bottom line is this. We travel all the time, and obviously as people who are curious about the world, we travel to learn. We were super excited about this opportunity because it was an opportunity to learn about something we had no idea about.
Yeah, what I liked is that we went in really knowing nothing, like zero knowledge, and the fact that we come out learning something,
That's a
that shows
good
that anyone
sign.
can learn something.
Everybody uses vehicles. Maybe you don't own a car, but if you're going to the grocery store getting produce, guess what? That produce was brought in by a truck. What kind of fuel type is that truck using? You should be curious about that. So maybe you don't have a car, or maybe your car is electric, but everything that we're touching at one point uses fuel.
It's transportation, yeah. It's important to think about all these different fuel types of the future. It's Damon and Jo. Please subscribe to our channel. We're trying to hit 2 million.
Okay, so leave a comment below. What is your dream vehicle type? Like, what kind of mode of transportation are you trying to use?
And I know after doing this series that I would definitely want a hybrid car for sure.
At least with 30 electric miles.
The all electric miles.
At
There's
least-
this, again, we could go on and on.
Anyways, please watch the series. We worked really hard on it and we enjoyed it. We hope you do too. We hope you learned something, and that's it. We'll see you later. Goodbye.